He rescued a helpless alien dragon, but it was hiding a world-changing secret. Beginning the rescue, Ethan Rourke had never planned on being a hero. He was just a salvage runner, scraping a living on the outskirts of the Orion Belt, where broken starships drifted like skeletons in the void. His ship, the Wayfarer, wasn't much. Patched hull, unreliable engines, and a life support system that whined every time he pushed it too far. But it kept him alive. One evening, while combing through wreckage left behind by a recent skirmish between rival mining fleets, his scanner caught something unusual. A life signature. Faint. Weak. Almost gone. Out here, Ethan muttered, staring at the console. No human could have survived without a sealed pod, and even those usually failed after a few hours. He adjusted his trajectory and drifted closer to the shattered debris field. A massive hull fragment rotated slowly, bearing scorch marks and claw-like slashes across its surface, damage no weapon Ethan knew could make. As his ship's light swept over the wreckage, his breath caught. There it was, a creature. It was tangled in the twisted metal of the ruined ship, wings half-folded and glinting with iridescent scales that shimmered even in the darkness. It looked like something out of myth, a dragon. Its body was long and sinewy, with horns that curled backward and a tail that lashed weakly as it tried to free itself. And it was alive. Ethan's heart pounded. He'd heard stories of alien beasts from beyond the map sectors, but dragons? Impossible. Still, his scanner didn't lie. He flipped the comm switch, recording a quick log. This is Ethan Rourke, salvage runner. Found, well, hell, I don't know what I found. Looks like a dragon, alive, but injured. Recording coordinates just in case. Against every rational bone in his body, he maneuvered the Wayfarer closer. The creature's eyes flickered open, huge, luminous, pools of shifting silver light. They locked on him. It didn't snarl, didn't attack. It simply looked afraid. Something inside Ethan shifted. Hang on, big guy, he muttered. I'll get you out. Using the ship's grappling arms, he carefully pried away the wreckage, pinning the creature's wing. Every move risked tearing open his own hull, but after agonizing minutes, the dragon collapsed free, floating weakly in the void. Ethan's ship wasn't big enough to house it, but he extended a cargo bay shield and pulled it into the pressurized hold. The dragon curled up tightly, trembling, scales flickering with faint light, as if mirroring its heartbeat. Ethan stood there in the hold, staring at it in disbelief. When the stars are you? The dragon closed its eyes, and for a moment, Ethan could have sworn he heard, not through his ears, but in his mind, one single word. Help. Middle. Secrets in the shadows. The next few days turned Ethan's life upside down. He patched the dragon's wounds with med gel, though he wasn't sure it would work on alien biology. Surprisingly, the creature responded, its breathing steadying, scales regaining some of their sheen. It refused food, though. Instead, it drew energy directly from the ship's core, siphoning small pulses of power through contact with the reactor shielding. At first, Ethan worried it was draining him dry, but the ship's systems barely registered the loss. More disturbing were the dreams. Every time Ethan closed his eyes, he saw flashes of alien cities, towering spires carved from crystal, skies filled with winged shapes soaring through violet clouds. He felt emotions not his own, grief, rage, longing, and always he sensed the presence of the dragon, as if it was showing him its memories. One night, he jolted awake, drenched in sweat, with a whisper echoing in his mind. They're coming! The next morning, the dragon was standing, awkwardly, painfully, but standing, in the cargo bay. Its wings brushed the ceiling as it lowered its head to Ethan. He swallowed hard, trying not to panic. You understand me, don't you? He asked softly. The dragon's eyes shimmered, and then, impossibly, words formed inside his mind. Yes. Ethan staggered back, gripping a railing. Stars above. You saved me. I am Caliph, last of the Seraphid. Seraphid? The dragon, Caliph, tilted its head. Your kind would call us dragons. We are not beasts. We are guardians. Guardians of what? Ethan asked. The answer made his blood run cold. Of the gate, the key to shaping worlds. Caliph explained in fragments. Its strength still weak. Long ago, the Seraphid had been entrusted with a great secret. A living machine hidden within the Orion Belt. Not just a weapon, something far greater. The ability to bend matter, terraform planets in days, create life from barren rock, a forge of creation itself. But others had learned of it. A powerful syndicate known as a Dominion had hunted the Seraphid across galaxies, slaughtering them for knowledge of the gate's location. Caleb had been their last target and had barely escaped. Ethan's hands trembled as he pieced it together. So you're telling me you're the last one alive who knows where this forge is? Caliph lowered its head. Yes, and now, because of me, they will come for you. Almost on cue, Ethan's sensors blared. Multiple ships had entered the sector. The Dominion, middle, flight and fire. Ethan swore under his breath and slammed controls. His ship jolted into motion, engine straining as red indicators filled the console. Dominion cruisers, sleek black, armed with plasma cannons, swept in behind him like wolves scenting blood. Guess you weren't kidding, Ethan muttered, gripping the helm. Kayla staggered into the cockpit, eyes glowing. Let me fight. You're barely alive. I am still Seraphid. Before Ethan could argue, Kayla spread its wings. Energy rippled along its scales, condensing into arcs of light. The ship trembled as a dragon unleashed a burst of pure, radiant fire through the bay doors. The blast seared across the void, striking one Dominion fighter and reducing it to molten shards. Ethan gaped. Remind me not to get on your bad side. But the Dominion had numbers. More ships closed in, firing volleys of plasma that rocked the Wayfarer violently. Systems screamed in protest. One more hit, and they'd be vapor. Caliph, we can't win this. Ethan shouted. The dragon's voice pulsed in his skull. Then we run to the gate. It is the only way. Coordinates flooded Ethan's mind. He didn't know how, but Caliph was guiding him through the wreckage field, weaving between shattered hulls, spiraling through asteroid belts. The Dominion pursued relentlessly. Finally, they reached it. At first, Ethan thought it was just another ruin, but then he saw the truth. A colossal ring of obsidian metal, kilometers wide, hidden within a hollowed asteroid. Its surface pulsed with faint geometric patterns as if alive. The forge, the gate, whatever it was waiting. Calith's body glowed brighter. Take us inside. Ethan hesitated. That thing looks like it'll tear us apart. Trust me, with Dominion ships closing fast. Ethan gritted his teeth and plunged the Wayfarer into the gate. Light consumed them, ending, the secret revealed. When the glare faded, Ethan gasped. They were no longer in normal space. Around them stretched a vast chamber, like the heart of a machine built by gods. Rivers of molten light flowed through conduits. Towers of crystal and metal rose into infinity. The forge was alive, humming with impossible power. Kayla collapsed, wings trembling. We are safe for now. Ethan rushed to its side. Talk to me. What is this place really? The dragon lifted its head weakly. The forge is more than a weapon. It is a seed. With it, a barren world can bloom with oceans, forests, skies. Entire civilizations could rise in days. It was meant to heal, not destroy. Ethan's mind reeled. If the Dominion sees this, they could reshape galaxies, enslave entire populations, rewrite history itself. No wonder they want it, he whispered. Calith's eyes dimmed. I cannot protect it alone. But you have a choice. Take the knowledge, and you can become as gods. Or bury it forever and let the galaxy find its own path. Ethan stared at the glowing towers. The temptation gnawed at him. He could terraform planets, end hunger, become the richest, most powerful man alive. But deep down, he knew power like this was never meant for one person. He looked at Caliph. The dragon's breathing was shallow, its strength nearly spent. You brought me here for a reason, didn't you? Yes, Caliph whispered. Not to wield the forge. To guard it. To make sure my people did not die in vain. Ethan placed a hand on the dragon's scales. Then that's what I'll do. We'll protect it. Together. For the first time, Calith's eyes softened, shimmering like starlight. Brother. The word resonated through Ethan's very soul. Suddenly, alarms blared. The Dominion had followed them through. Ships burst into the chamber, weapons hot. Ethan's pulse spiked. We can't fight them off. Calith rose unsteadily, wings flaring. Not fight. Awaken. The dragon pressed its claws against a crystalline pillar. Light surged outward, rippling through the forge. Towers lit like stars igniting. The Dominion ships froze mid-flight, ensnared by tendrils of raw energy. One by one, they were pulled into the conduits and disassembled at the molecular level, erased without a trace. Ethan stared in awe. You control it? No, Kayla said, voice fading. I was only the key. Now it belongs to you. The dragon collapsed, body dissolving into radiant particles that drifted upward, merging with the forge itself. Caliph! Ethan shouted, reaching out, but there was nothing to hold. Only light. A whisper brushed his mind, gentle, final. Guard it well, brother. And then silence. Ethan stood alone in the heart of creation. He knew he could never leave things as they were. If the Forge's existence spread, the galaxy would tear itself apart fighting for it. So he made his choice. He sealed the coordinates, buried them within the deepest recesses of uncharted space, and swore to keep the secret. The Dominion would keep hunting, but they would never find it. Not while he lived. As he piloted the Wayfarer back into the void, Ethan glanced once more at the stars. The galaxy would never know what he had seen or what he had lost, but it would endure because of him, because of Caliph. And for the first time in years, Ethan didn't feel like a scavenger. He felt like a guardian.